COVID-19 has changed our lives one way or the other, but living in the coastal bend, one thing never changes: storms, and they are getting prepared for them now. Our Andy Lascano is live at HEB in Alameda and Glazebrook, where people are doing some last-minute shopping to prepare for this weekend's anticipated weather. I'm sure, Andy, a lot of water bottles are going out of the HEB store today.
We did find a few, Drew. Thanks a lot. Good evening, everybody. You know, we're learning to live with these masks. We're washing our hands more frequently, social distancing, probably even staying at home. But as Drew mentioned, you know, if you live in the coastal bend, history dictates that if it's hurricane season and you know that a storm is coming, you better get to the store, get what you need so that you're prepared. Okay, this is to reinforce
the cattle gate, the gates on the pasture, with some clips that we can get on and off ourselves.
Kathleen White says she hasn't been in a store in months because she's following COVID-19 guidelines, but the weather forced her to change her schedule.
But today I thought we better come and do this store real quick, get supplies, and go home.
Raymond and Sylvia Cortes were looking for screws to drill into the boards covering their windows. Since Raymond is handicapped, Sylvia will need someone else to help her prepare her home, while she protects her husband from COVID-19.
He's very accessible, you know, so I have to be very cautious of where we go, what we're going to be doing.
Getting what you need to protect yourself, your family, and your property from a storm. It's always a priority. Rodolfo Reyes Jr. says it's all part of living in the coastal bend.
Putting a tarp on my roof and screw it down.
Meanwhile, at HEB, these guys were loading 6 cases of water into their vehicle. You gotta be prepared. Is that hurricane panic buying or just we gotta go get groceries?
No, we're getting necessities for over the weekend since the storm's coming, so we're preparing.
And most of the shoppers told us the shelves were well stocked with what they needed.
Now, we didn't see any empty shelves, we didn't see any long lines at the stores we went to, but with Hannah on the doorstep, you know that last-minute buying is going to get crazy, so be prepared. We're live at the HEB here on Alameda and Glazebrook. Andy Lascano, Action 10 News. Drew, back to you.
Andy, thank you. If there's a downed tree, wastewater backup, blocked street, or any other storm-related issues, you can now call the city's customer call center 24 hours a day. That number, 361-826-CITY.